Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. You're welcome.
Kopo boss.
Niko poa kabisa.
Okay.
Karibu Precious Virginia Home.
Oh, so this is Precious Virginia.
Yeah.
Ah.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So how is everything?
Yeah, we are doing well.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm Tony.
I'm Shadrach.
You are Shadrach.
Yeah, I'm a physiotherapist.
Oh, you are the physiotherapist here.
Yes.
Okay.
Karibu.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
Okay.
Karibu. Nice
Hello,
to
I'm
see
Tony.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
My name's Electin.
Okay.
This is Precious Virginia Home.
Okay.
Karibu sana.
I've heard about it.
Isn't
Your
it?
buyer is not bad. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
okay.
a
The
small
way it's,
sitting area.
yeah.
And we are using this table as a physiotherapy table.
Oh, this
Yeah.
where you do your physiotherapy.
Exactly. We
Okay.
do physiotherapy from here.
Ah.
He's a physiotherapist.
Okay.
And in future, we are going to make a room separate for physio and also a room separate as a reception.
Oh, so at the moment, this is all you
We are
have.
using both the reception and the physio occupation. We are doing it under the same place.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are hoping we are going to improve on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would wish to show you around. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see where the children are. This is our kitchen.
Okay.
You can see it is kind of a bit congested.
Oh.
Yeah, but we are okay.
Oh, it was time for lunch.
Yeah,
Hello.
it's time for it's okay.
Habari mama.
Asante.
Mko lunch.
Wako lunch hapa pole pole. Yeah, so we are using this. We have a unit for solar. Those are the batteries and of course the control panel.
Okay.
Yeah, we are using it. Is a big backup for our energy.
It's a standby
It's
solar.
Exactly.
Okay.
Standby. And we have a bit of cooking here. We don't do much cooking here, just for a quick fix.
Okay.
Like for tea or maybe warming up a bit of the vegetables. But we do a lot of cooking from the mapa.
Oh, you
from
have
the kitchen.
You have another kitchen outside.
Yeah,
where
we
you
have a charcoal and firewood kitchen.
Oh. Okay. Hello everyone and welcome to Afro TV. Leo tuko this sides of Kakamega County. Yeah, we are in Kakamega County, Cindy.
Of course, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
at a place called Mumias. And this place is called Matungu. Is it Matungu?
Matungu sub-county.
Matungu sub-county.
Yeah, Precious Virginia Home.
Yeah, so this place where we are in is called the Precious Virginia Home.
Yes. My names are Electin, Knight Wanyama. In short, I love it when you call me Tina. Tina is Mama Precious. The name of the home is Precious Virginia
Home. Precious Virginia.
Yes, okay. It's a very precious home.
Yeah, it is. I've seen. Nimetembea around. Nimeona. It's a nice place.
Absolutely. We take care of very special children.
Okay.
These are kids who are born with a condition. It's called cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So cerebral palsy, as we are going to be learning more about it, it's a condition that is permanent. Once cerebral palsy, always cerebral palsy.
Okay.
There is no reverse. So our children are very special. We take care of them 100%. They cannot do much by themselves. So we help them with everything.
So my first question,
Yeah.
my first question was that you should tell people who don't know about cerebral palsy out there. What is cerebral palsy?
Okay.
And what causes cerebral palsy?
Cerebral, yeah. Cerebral actually it is to deal with the brain, the word cerebral itself. And palsy is a paralysis. Ile hali ya viungo vya mwili kukosa nguvu ama kukosa the coordination, the normal coordination. So it's a damaged brain that has effect on the body functions.
Okay.
Yeah, to a layman's language, put it that way, it's easier to understand. Cerebral palsy is a damaged brain that affects the rest of the body. There will be an effect in the posture. A child cannot sit upright the way we are seated.
Okay.
The body is weak. They cannot walk. They can't use their limbs. And some of them are also very rigid, like they cannot use their hands. Some of them, the head cannot stand straight. It will be wobbling around. So it's the whole body is affected. Speech is also affected. They cannot communicate. Salamia
Sasa
kwa
boy.
yetu.
Sasa boy.
Mulisa, how are you?
Mambo.
Mwambie, how are you?
Fine, fine, very fine.
Wewe ndio waulize, how are you? So when a kid is affected by cerebral palsy, it's very unfortunate. It's a condition that no parent would wish for, because this has rendered a child to be 100% helpless.
So
They
you
cannot
have to
do
do
much.
everything for them.
100%. In fact, it goes to an extent where when a child is sleeping on one side of the body, until you turn this child on the other side, this kid cannot do much. And when it comes to soiling or emptying their bowels, they don't know, like they will not be in a position to communicate.
Okay.
So we do 100%. Cerebral palsy is not a disability that anyone can wish for. It's very bad, very bad, very unfortunate. You see, even the sight, some of them are blind. There's no speech. There's no coordination of body functions.
So this disease, is it permanent or is it reversible? Is it treatable?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a disease. It's a disability. Because when you say disease, it is like it can be treated. But cerebral palsy is a disability. And unfortunately, nobody wants to hear this, but it's a fact. Cerebral palsy is permanent. It's a permanent disability, and currently, as we speak, there's no cure.
There's no cure.
Yeah. So what we do with these children, because we want to give them a sense of belonging, we want to give them a right to life, a right to health. So what we do, we invite a physio, a therapist, and also occupational therapist, and people in that line of a way of enabling them to do some functions like ADC, the everyday life, like brushing their teeth or bathing, or even trying to move from point A to point B. They try, and some of them, because of the rigidity of the body, at least the muscles can flex a little bit to enable them even to hold a cup or to hold a spoon, so they can do some stuff by themselves. But truth be told, we don't have a reverse to cerebral palsy. Yes.
So about this place that we are in, this precious Virginia, when was it started?
Wow, Precious Virginia itself, it has a lot of meaning. My mom's name was Virginia. Unfortunately, I lost my mom in 2006. And while I was still mourning my mother, by the grace of God, God gave me a child, a daughter. And I was pregnant with this child for about 4 months when I went in for a scan. And the doctor broke very good news to me. The doctor told me, you are carrying a baby girl.
Wow.
So automatically, my baby girl was going to be named after my mother. And I even remember calling her my mother's name even before she was born. The day I discovered it was a girl, I said, wow, this is my precious mother. And because my mother's name is Virginia, the name Precious, it just came automatically. I said, this is my precious mom. So the name Precious stuck, and we called her Precious Virginia. And by the way, as she was growing up, she really liked her name, because every time I used to refer to her as my mom, my mom. So she could tell me, so Mom, I'm your mom and you're my mom. So it was very interesting, and we bonded very well. But unfortunately, Precious did not live for long. It's a sad story. Every time I recall it, I shed a tear. But it's normal. Yeah,
sorry about that.
Yeah, man, it's very natural. Precious was very precious to me. I was 44 years old when I got Precious. So ni mtoto wa uzeni, unajua? Malipa uzeni like NSSF. Yeah, she was very precious, and I have 3 boys. I have a girl, and Precious was my second girl.
Is she the one in the picture there?
Yeah, such a beautiful girl.
She
was so chubby and very lively. So unfortunately, Precious did not make it. She died on her birthday,
Oh,
on her 4th birthday.
Very
So
sad,
I
very
left
sad.
home on a day before her birthday. We used to live in Nairobi in an estate known as Tasia. And as you know, life in Nairobi, issues to do with birthdays are very, looked upon as something very important.
Yeah,
So she was going to be 4 years the following day. So on 5th, her birthday is on 6th of August. So on 5th, I left home to go and book for a cake. We were living in Tasia. The cake was in Donholm. So I left home early, I went to book for a cake. And then, because the following day was her birthday, I told myself I need to buy her something, a birthday gift. So I walked from Donholm to Taj Mall,
Yeah.
in Embakasi.
Okay.
It's a long distance, about 30 minutes from Donholm to Taj Mall. But I walked to Taj Mall to find a birthday gift for her. But when I came back home, I was met with a very ugly surprise. My daughter was still in bed. It wasn't normal for her. She used to wake up so early. Then this day I find her still in bed at around 12:30, almost 1 o'clock. So when I inquired my older daughter, Brenda, she told me, Mom, kutoka umeondoka, Precious hajaamka. Ever since you left in the morning, she hasn't woken up. So I was like, when was the problem? Then my daughter said to me, jaribu kumamsha haamki hata breakfast hajakula. So when I reached out to my baby, unfortunately, the body was lifeless. Like she was not dead, but she wasn't responding. So I used to wake her up. Every morning she used to go to baby school. I would wake her up. The moment you say, Preshi, Mommy, wakey, 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 she wakes up without much trouble. So this day I was like, Mommy,
So
Preshi.
she wasn't sick in any
She
way?
wasn't sick. The previous evening we had had dinner together. She was very alive and she was playing around. So it's like, wakey, wakey, this time is not working. So I asked my older daughter, ni nini mbaya na Preshi? And my daughter is like, Mom, like I've told you, we have tried to wake her up. She's not waking, so we don't know what could be the problem. So when I went to scoop her, we used to sleep on a mattress on the floor. So I went to scoop her from where she was sleeping. Her body was just like, and then it's like the hands, the neck, she's like a pumpkin. So I was shocked. Nikauliza, mmefanyaje mtoto? What has happened? So my daughter was in tears, the older daughter now, Brenda. She was in tears. It's like, Mom, tumejaribu. And then, unfortunately, that day I left home without a phone. So when she discovered there was something wrong with Precious, she wanted to reach me.
She tried to reach you.
Yeah,
but she
and then
couldn't.
now you see me, I've gone, and it's like I'm giving myself the whole day. I had nothing to go back to. It's like, let me go shopping for my daughter.
Preparing for her birthday.
Yeah, so this time that I spent outside, had I been on phone, maybe she would have reached me quickly and I would have come back home quickly. We would have found help for Precious. But unfortunately, and today it is about 6 years later, I no longer think it was an accident. Things happen in life.
Everything
and,
happens for a reason.
Yeah, so God had a reason for Precious, and even for me to lose a phone, and it's like everything is happening that needs my attention. I'm not there, and she doesn't know where to find me. I just left in the morning. I said, I'm going to book for a cake. So, Nairobi, there are so many bakeries, and it's like she wouldn't be so sure where to find me. So with the time, I've come to discover God had a beautiful plan for everything that happened. So Precious passed on her birthday. So the
So
cake, the
It's
cake
so
we
sad.
went
It's
to
a
book.
sad story.
Yeah, it's a very
sad
sad,
story.
but this sad story, it has given birth to Precious
To
Virginia
Precious
Home.
Virginia Home.
Yeah.
So you
And
started
exactly.
this place in her remembrance.
Yeah, so we ate her cake in Kenyatta because when her health was not good, we rushed. We took her to hospital. Luckily, by the grace of God, we rushed her to Kenyatta. But when we arrived in Kenyatta, she was convulsing, and the doctor said she has a mild stroke, and doctors will tell you everything and anything. So me, I was like, my kid cannot just die like this. You should have seen me in Kenyatta. I was crazy. I really wanted to know what has killed my baby. But with the time, God has enabled me to heal. and God has given me a vision.
Yeah.
So
yes.
now the vision I have today, in memory of my daughter, whom I loved so much, my precious mother, I said, I just want to transfer the love I had for Precious, and I want to love these children. So
Okay.
I love these children. If you come here, my life revolves around the children. And I keep telling myself, God has given me more children than the one I lost.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm seeing you taking care of beautiful kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So, like, I know setting up a home like this is not easy. So, how did you manage to set up this place?
My life is a miracle. And because it was God's prerogative, it has remained God's prerogative. So many things have happened. Even on many occasions, I pinch myself. I want to see, is it real or I'm living in a dream? I'll wake up one day and then I find, nilikuwa naota too. I was just dreaming. But a dream is born when I was pregnant with the Precious, about from 3 months to 6 months, I was living in Korea, South Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Korea, I was volunteering in a home for persons with disabilities.
Okay.
It's a place called Gime in Busan City. It's the second largest city in Korea.
Okay.
So I was volunteering my free time in Gime. There is a home called Bethesda. It's a home for children with disabilities. So because of, we have international rules, like I was expectant, and of course I could not have waited to give birth to Precious in Korea. I had to travel back to Kenya to have my baby.
Okay.
But it's like God had put me through a situation. He wanted to take me to Korea to see the home, the children with the disabilities in Korea.
So this home is like you copied it from that home in Korea.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, I'm living, like it's just a miracle. Everything just happened the way God had planned. So I'm in Korea. I cannot stay there to have my baby. I volunteered 3 months in a home for children with disabilities. And then I come back to Kenya and I'm asking myself, why would I want to go looking for a job in Kenya? Because by that time I'm about 44 years old. And the way, in Kenya, most companies, they want young people, fresh blood from colleges and, people who are still vibrant. So I'm 44 years old, a mother. Of course, I had children. I was a mother of 5 by that time. But there was something that God had revealed to me. I just wanted to do a home for children with disabilities. So when I came back to Kenya, this is what I wanted to do. Nobody would have dissuaded me from that idea. Because most of my relatives were like, you are a hotelier by profession. Yeah, start up a hotel or do a cafeteria, do something that is in line with the hotel industry. But something was embedded on my heart. And I just wanted to do a home for the disabilities.
For the disabled.
Yeah, so Precious is born. And automatically my attention is now diverted. I'm taking care of a baby and, the idea of having a home for the disabled, it slipped off my mind.
Okay.
I told myself, now I'm a mother, I need to take care of a baby. Hizi story na watu wa disabled, acha zibaki Korea.
Oh, so kama
yeah, so nilikuwa kama, I said this guy anaitwa nani, Jonah. You know the guy God alimtuma Nineveh. Ilikuwa Nineveh ama Tarshish. I always confuse between Nineveh and Tarshish. Ilikuwa Nineveh ama Tarshish. Yeah. So this guy is like God amemtuma huku na yeye anaenda the opposite side. So what happened to Jonah?
He was swallowed by
a fish. Yeah. So God swallowed up Precious.
Yeah.
And then by that time, I discovered, I've made a mistake. I had a vision for a home for the disabled. And for 4 good years, I diverted my attention to Precious. Okay. So out of the blues, Precious is no more. And then what happens? I remembered.
Okay.
I remembered vividly. I wanted to do a home for the disabled. But I have, nimemwasi Mungu. I have disobeyed God. So God had to turn me around and it's like, hey, listen, you have to do this. So that is the time the dream was rejuvenated, and I
You
discovered.
decided to
Yeah.
have
And
this
now
home.
I already have a name. The name of the home is Precious Virginia.
Okay.
Now I'm free. I don't have a baby to take me, like to grab my
Yeah, you
time.
have all the time to take care
Exactly.
of these kids.
Yeah. So
So,
I was like,
okay.
we are going to start a home
Ah.
for children with the disabilities. I'm in Nairobi. My life has been turned upside down. I was like, Naomi went to this city. I don't remember the name of the city, but she went to this city with the two sons, and the two sons got married with their two daughters, Ruth and Orpah.
Orpa.
Orpah, yeah.
Yeah.
So these people die, and Naomi thinks I have to go back home.
Yeah.
So I'm in Nairobi, and my daughter has passed on. In fact, we buried Precious in Langata.
Okay.
And then I remembered, let me go back home. Let me just go back home and start a home for children with the disabilities. And the name of this home is going to be Precious Virginia. That's how we started.
Very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, how many kids are in your care at the moment?
Wow, that is a very good question. Thank you for asking. Children with the disabilities, especially cerebral palsy, the numbers are overwhelming. In fact, I wouldn't tell you they're 10 or they're 20 or they're 50, but the kids that have gone through my hands, maybe they're in hundreds.
Okay.
Children with cerebral palsy, there are so many. There's so many. A few of them, they are exposed. You can put a hand on them. But the rest are hidden.
Yeah.
Parents don't want to put them out. Parents don't want people to know the kind of children they
Yeah,
have.
some parents
Yeah.
hide them.
Yeah, they do. And you wouldn't blame them. Because which parent wants to have a child with cerebral palsy? None. So when they come, they put themselves in these situations like, huyu ni mtoto wangu. Yeah, some of them, they blame themselves. They think there's something they didn't do right. That's why they got a kid of this nature. So most of the kids who have cerebral palsy, they're still hiding out there. But currently in Precious Virginia home, we have about 34 children. We refer to them as residents. They live here with me. You are going to see them. But we have another 24 whom we have registered, but they don't stay here.
Oh.
So we refer to them as home-based.
Okay.
They are out there, they are in their homes, they live among their own people. Some of them have relatives, some of them are living with guardians.
Because some relatives don't know how to take care of kids in this condition.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would put 34 and 24, that's about 58. You'd say about 60 children who are in our care.
Okay.
But that is just a rough figure, but there are more. In fact, after we talk to media, and it's like sometimes I speak on local radio, there are moments when we are captured on functions because we always celebrate the month of March.
Okay.
Yeah, every year the month of March is cerebral palsy awareness, so we do sensitization.
Okay.
And on 6th of October, we always celebrate World Cerebral Palsy Day. And on 3rd of December, we celebrate World Disability Day.
Yeah.
And recently, was it on February 13th, we celebrate World or International Day of Epilepsy.
Okay.
So every time we are captured, we have people who call in, and it's like, we saw you on TV, we heard you on radio, we have a child of this kind of nature. Yeah, how would you help us?
Like, do you take in every child that is brought here, or every child you meet with this condition? Do you like take in, or maybe there's a
yeah, we have
you consider there's something that you consider before taking them in?
Exactly. Yeah, we have some arrangements. We don't just take children, because if we just take children, then we will convert Precious home into a marketplace. Yeah, because we cannot take in children that we cannot take care of.
Okay.
We only admit a few And the few that we have admitted, we give them quality life.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have a standard. We have set a standard. If you see our vision mission statement, we say we want to be a global home for persons with actually not just a global, but a standard.
Yeah.
There is a standard. We want to do things, the international standard. So we cannot take as many children that need our help because we are sitting on 1 acre land. We have 2 dormitories and we have a small place to entertain our children.
So if you had maybe a bigger facility, you would have taken more children.
I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to a day when we will have a larger facility because the numbers that need home care, they are overwhelming. In fact, if I compare the land in Korea where the dream was born, we need like between 7 and 10 acres of land to be precise. But this is a project that needs many stakeholders. I cannot go it alone.
It's true,
so I have the idea, and if the county government can buy this idea, or to go even further, if the national government can buy this idea, we have so many policies that have been put in, and the governments, both county and national, they are very passionate about disabled people.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to a day when both governments will buy the idea of setting up a center, a home, a sanctuary, a place where children with severe disabilities can just find a home.
Okay.
Yeah, because these are children. Let me just mention these. We have the girl child. Who is severely disabled. And do you know we have animals among humans? Did you know that?
Maybe
we have
explain
animals,
to me.
animals living among humans. They defile these children. A child with the disabilities, you find the kid has been raped, a kid has been defiled, the boy child has been sodomized. Paka unaangalia unajiuliza, are these humans or they are animals? So a child with the severe disabilities.
We have animals living
among humans. Yeah,
that's true. Because
exactly.
people who take advantage of kids with the
because this kid, if you took this kid to court and it's like there is a lineup of people, it's like unaweza katuambia ni nani alikufanyia hii dhulma? They don't talk. Number one, there's no way they'll express. Even they went through the pain, but they cannot express themselves. That's too bad. So this is very unfortunate. I want the county government and the national, especially national. Currently, as I'm speaking to you, we are represented with almost 7 counties here in Precious Home.
Okay.
We have a child from Kakamega, Bungoma, Busia, Vihiga, Siaya, Kericho, Nyamira, Kisii, and where else? And Kiambu.
Okay,
I have a child from Kiambu County, yes. Those are 9 counties. Yeah. So I will not, bring myself to minimize ourselves to the county level. I'm not despising the county, but we are national. Precious Home is national because we have 9 counties represented with their children. So my appeal is actually to the national government. If we can have a larger place, we are looking at a wider picture where the national government will also borrow a leaf from the Korea county, as a nation or as a country, what they are doing in Korea about persons with severe disabilities. And this place will be big. It will be very big. Kwa sababu, hawa watoto pia, their relatives and their parents ni wapiga kura. They vote. And what are they voting for?
True.
If their interests are not met.
The interest should be taken care of.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So today, as I'm speaking to you, I don't know, there is only one home, and it's more of a school. It's not even a home. There is a home called Shajanand in Mtwapa, Kilifi County. That is the only place I have visited, and I have seen the interest of persons with severe disabilities being addressed. The kids there, they are living very comfortably, and somebody somewhere, I have not discovered exactly who are the sponsors, but that place is a little bit like what I'm thinking
like what
about.
you're doing.
Exactly.
Like what you want to do.
Yeah, and when I went to Mtwapa, I met children from Western region.
Okay.
So even the principal was asking me, how watoto mkiwa na nafasi ama mkiwa na a place, because we were just coming up. So I was doing my benchmarking. So he was telling me, if you do this home the way you are saying, then obviously we will not have all this migration of persons with severe disabilities coming all the way from Western to Kilifi.
If people around knew about this place,
exactly,
and if it was well facilitated, then they would just bring the children here.
You are right.
Yeah.
So that is our vision. We want to have a beautiful center, enough land, because we don't want to depend on well-wishers. We don't want to depend on handouts.
Okay.
We wish to have land so we can plant our own food. Yeah. We want structures where we can accommodate the children. We want to do a little bit of income generating activities like keeping cows, for milk, doing poultry for the nutritional value. We want to do stuff, like recreation. These children, some of them, if they are well trained, they can do stuff that can generate money.
Yeah, so
they can learn a skill.
Yeah. If the government helps you, then maybe you can help yourself through this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
We want to be independent. We want to do stuff, like recreation. These children, some of them, if they are well trained, they can do stuff that can generate money.
Yeah, so
they can learn a skill. Yeah.
If the government helps you, then maybe you can help yourself through this.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
We want to be independent. Kwa sababu, unajua, we learned a very big lesson during COVID time. It was very bad because most of our sponsors, their business went down because of COVID.
And they couldn't support you anymore.
As much as they would have wanted to, they could not. Because their businesses, almost all of them, their businesses had actually closed.
They went under.
Yeah. So when you're approaching somebody who used to help you, is like, especially the Asian community. The Asian community are business people. Yeah. So when business is not doing well, how do you expect support? Yeah. So this thing, it really taught us a big lesson. And that is why I'm saying in future, we don't want to depend on handouts. We don't want to depend on well-wishers.
Okay.
Yeah, we would wish to, be in a situation or a position where we can take care of ourselves.
On that note, so what are the major challenges that you go through?
Challenges are many, but I will actually narrow them down to a few. Yeah, because disability, as everybody knows, it's a huge challenge. Yeah. So the population of children with severe disabilities is big. Yeah, and if we have to address the population, then we need land. Currently, we have 1 acre of land, which we are very grateful and we appreciate highly. But if the government can expand us, ituongeze kidogo tu, itupanue, we will be very grateful. Okay. We need more land. And the next challenge that is very, very important, I would say, is the labor or manpower.
Okay.
Manpower. When we started the home, I used to do the work myself. I used to wake up early, I would bathe these children. I started with 3 children. Okay. I would bathe them nicely, I would clean their sleeping area, I would wash their clothes, I would cook. Then slowly by slowly, the numbers started increasing. So the more the numbers, the more the manpower.
The workforce.
But
true.
now the workforce, thank you. So with this workforce, everybody who wants to come and work here, they have an expectation.
Yeah, they need to be paid.
They want to be paid,
Yes,
but we
true.
don't have that money. So that is why I'm crying out loudly. I would wish to partner with the government. I would wish to partner with organizations that are supportive, so that the workforce can also be enumerated. Yeah, kila mtu akifanya kazi anafaa alipwe kitu kidogo, si ndio?
Yeah, lazima at least
And
kitu
even
ndio.
we have parents.
Yeah.
We have parents and guardians of children who are living with severe disabilities who are volunteering for me.
Okay.
Yeah, but these parents, in as much as they would want to volunteer, they also have homes, and they also have normal children. They go to school, they have normal needs.
That they have to take care
Exactly.
of. Yeah.
So when you are keeping this parent here in Precious Home to volunteer for the disabled children, what about the normal children?
The other children.
Exactly. So I would wish that every person who works in Precious Home, they are paid. A wage should be set. For example, we are living in an economic, the prices are skyrocketing.
Yeah.
Be it school fees, be it food, and the normal livelihood of everybody is a dilemma.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so if the workforce can be considered, tunakuwa na vitu vinaitwa kazi mashinani from the county level.
Yeah.
I would wish that also the workers in Precious Home are put on this kazi mashinani, so that they are working here. They will not go to sweep the markets, they will not clean the roads, but kazi mashinani, mashinani in this case is Precious Virginia Home.
Okay.
So if they can also be enumerated, if they can be given something, wakuwe na moyo wa kufanya kazi, kwa sababu everybody who works, at the end of the day, you want to take home something.
Yeah, so that they can take care of their kids.
And you know something? Myself, I'm 100% volunteer. 100%.
You are not being paid.
I'm not paying. I think I would say God takes care of my needs. But now when I say God takes care of my needs, I'm not closing that door. There are moments when I don't have airtime on my phone. I cannot afford bundles. I want to browse the internet. I want to know what the rest of the world is doing about disabilities. Amongst our challenges, land, wages for our workers, and matters health. Matters health. Cerebral palsy comes with epilepsy. Our children suffer from epilepsy, and we have drugs that are used for epilepsy. There are drugs they use on a daily basis. We have drugs that epileptic people use, like carbamazepine. We have Epilim. We have phenobarbital, and quite a number of drugs. And these drugs do not come free. A few we get from the county government hospital, which I'm very grateful about.
They're expensive, I know.
They are very expensive. And you know, the county also suffers a setback as far as drugs are concerned. There are days you go to the hospital and the drugs are not there. But epilepsy does not know that. A kid with epilepsy, and you put this kid to a drug, this drug has to be consistent. If they just break off, you will see the seizures, you know, hiyo hali ya kuzimia inakuwa mbaya.
It's true.
So if for the few, at least those ones, and of course we have the food issue. Because of their disability, our kids, they need to eat well. Balanced diet, they need their carbohydrates, they need proteins, they need vitamins. It's true. And everything comes with money, because we are seated on a 1 acre land. We don't have a place to plant food, you know. And
if you had another extra land,
exactly, we would plant our stuff, and you know, we don't have to buy these supplements from the shops. We can plant vegetables.
It's true.
We will keep stuff for proteins, and we will generate our own income. So hayo ni mengi, our challenges are many. I've not mentioned, because even transportation, we need a vehicle. On many occasions, we have lost our children because of running to the hospital. Maybe it's just something that needs first aid. We don't have a clinician. We don't have. So either we have a vehicle that we can rush this child to the hospital, or if we can have a medic, like at least a clinician who will be on the ground like 24/7. That will definitely help us.
Will be maybe a call away every time. We'll be visiting every time you have an emergency.
We would wish for that, so that we can be self-independent. We don't have, like to rush. Yeah, there are many occasions we've lost our children. It breaks my heart. I wouldn't even want to think about it. Like, or you go, it's the wrong time of the day, or it's at night. Getting means to the hospital, it takes you forever. By the time you arrive in the hospital, the doctor says, "Ma'am, too late." You know when a doctor tells you too late? And I lost Precious because of being too late. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
So what can you tell parents out there? There are parents who have kids with cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
And unajua some of them they think that maybe akiza mtoto mwenye ako na hii condition anafikiria maybe amelaaniwa, anafikiria maybe ni laana. That's what many
parents
Kenyans believe.
You're right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
some of them think they don't think that maybe it's a disease or maybe akiza mtoto maybe mmoja ama wa pili na akona, and they're in the same, they're just in that condition, wanafikiria ni laana. So what can you say, what can you tell the parents out there who are having kids that are
in this condition?
Palsy?
Thank you so much. What did you say your name was?
Tony.
You're really giving me the questions that I really wanted to address.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Idea of cerebral palsy, there's no scientist that has put their hand on it. There are no discoveries of cure so far as we are speaking. So this is a condition that is very, very unfortunate. Nobody wishes that this happens to anybody. You wouldn't wish cerebral palsy for anyone. Even your worst enemy, you wouldn't wish for cerebral palsy to get into a family. So the parents who have children with cerebral palsy, number one, I really want to apologize. If it's something that somebody somewhere would have done to avoid it, they would have avoided. Even if a woman, after conceiving, if this woman knew the baby she's carrying in her womb is going to be a cerebral palsy child, then this woman would rather look for means of abortion to terminate that pregnancy. But unfortunately, nobody knows. Hakuna mtu ujua.
You can never know until you deliver.
It's not easy. Even the advanced economy, even you find cerebral palsy in the US. There is cerebral palsy in Korea. There's cerebral palsy all over. If they knew about it, if technology would reveal it, then we wouldn't have cerebral palsy. But it's not been revealed. So yule mzazi ambaye ako na mtoto aliye na mtindio wa ubongo ama cerebral palsy, the best you can do is just come out. Please just be open. Yeah, it's not a curse. It's not an abomination. It's not your responsibility. It's not something you did or you did not do. Cerebral palsy, it's inevitable. Even you and me can catch, we can get cerebral palsy. Kwa sababu Mswahili alisema haujafa, haujaumbika. Yeah, you can acquire cerebral palsy at any age.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't only come at a baby.
Oh.
At conception, you can get cerebral palsy. At birth, you can acquire cerebral.
At any stage.
Any stage, yeah.
Okay.
So wakati mambo ya aina hii yanatokea maishani, the best we can do is number one, a parent or somebody has to accept the condition. And the question here should not be why. The question should be now what?
What can be done?
Now that you have cerebral palsy, what can you do to live with it?
Okay.
So the parents who have children of this nature, the question should be, what should I do to accept and to live with this child?
Okay.
Or to a person who has cerebral palsy, now what? What next? Now that I'm in this condition, what next? So we wouldn't want to do this thing alone. We would wish to partner.
Okay.
Yeah, the Precious Virginia home is just a ground. We have cleared a ground where we need to partner. We want to partner with the clergy from Hinduism, Christianity, Muslim, Buddhism, any religion.
Anyone that's
Because cerebral palsy does not choose. It doesn't select. We have people who have a heart to support, irrespective of your religion. Please just come on board. Let's work together to give these children a bearing. Governments, county government, national government, hawa ni watu wetu. Myself as Tina, I don't have a child with cerebral palsy biologically. But like I said, haujafa, haujaumbika. Anything can happen anytime.
Yeah, it's true.
So I would wish that both governments, they just help us. Please, if there is a way you can help, because the other day, I'm sorry to say, I approached the CDF. CDF manaka ni nini? Constituency Development Fund.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to tell you will shock you. Because I'm told there is no policy. I don't know how they put it, but CDF is not meant for homes. A home like Precious Virginia home, it has international donors, or it has people who support it.
So
the CDF
they
money
help you in any
is
way.
not supposed to go to homes like Precious. CDF goes to bursaries for school-going kids, and CDF, I don't know, it does building, construction of classrooms and stuff. Now, my very humble question to CDF, what do we do about children with cerebral palsy?
Yeah, because this is an institution that supports kids.
Exactly.
That supports kids.
And CDF is constituency. I am a constituency. These children are in the constituency. Their parents are in the constituency. They are everybody, everything about them. They are part of this life. So how do you draw a line and separate children with disabilities and children who can go to school?
It's very sad.
Yeah, so there has to, whoever did that, whoever constructed that policy should go back to the drawing board. If there is a fund that can be put aside for persons with disabilities, my friend, nobody chooses to be disabled.
Yeah,
Nobody. And like I told you, no parent wants to have a child with disabilities.
It's true, it's true.
So we have units that have been set aside in schools to cater for disabilities. But did they know that we also have children who cannot even go to school? Their condition. Ukichukua watoto wa Precious Virginia home, uwapeleke in a school.
They can't go to normal schools.
It's like
with
you are just,
kids.
yeah, these are children who need a special
They
home.
need a very special care.
Absolutely. Like you need to take care of this child from a home setting. Uamka asubuhi, aoge, uhakikisha amekula breakfast. Kama ni mgonjwa, uhakikisha umempeleka hospitalini, afanyiwe physio ama occupational therapy, na huyu mtoto aishi kwa mazingira ya upendo, so that so we are putting that security so that these children can also enjoy life. Ama, like, can I suggest something?
It's okay.
Let me suggest this. It might make somebody laugh. But can I suggest that we select a day or a month, a specific time, and we blow a whistle, and we collect all the cerebral palsy children, and we gather them in a place like Precious Virginia home, and we request for a mass grave. Yep.
Like,
We request for a mass grave. So we dig a very big grave and we bring all these children. Tunaweza waweka kwa tipa, the way Idi Amin did in Uganda some days, I was told. And we throw all these children in this mass grave. So we will not have any cerebral palsy children. Can we do that?
no, we cannot. We cannot. do
Then,
such a
if
thing.
we cannot,
We cannot
throw
do
them,
such a
if
thing.
we cannot bury them, so what should we do?
We should take care of them.
That is the word.
We have
should
no
take
other
care.
option.
Yeah.
We just have, we must take care of them.
Yeah,
Because
and
they didn't choose to be in that
You're right.
situation.
So taking care of these children, it's not a one-man thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, not only one person. This is a collective effort.
Of the whole community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The governments, whether national or county, whether individuals like the clergy, whether a person, an individual, everybody should know that ulemavu upo. We cannot do away with the disabilities. It's there,
Yeah.
and it is there to stay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's there to stay. How can you partner with us? Or what do we need exactly? Yeah, so cerebral palsy, like I said, there are kids who are in a sleeping or a lying down position, like 24/7.
Totally
So
helpless.
our kids use diapers.
Okay.
They use diapers, 24/7, they use diapers.
Every day.
Every day, yeah. Just to keep their hygiene levels high, they need diapers. So diapers come in different sizes. We have adults. Like I said, our oldest child is 33 years old.
You have a
So she uses,
33-year-old.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
She uses diapers which are adults. And we have the normal diapers. Like when you go to sizes of diapers, we have midi, we have normal, we have super, and we have adult. So all those stages of children are here. So whichever size of diaper you are offering, it should be in either size.
Whichever size.
All of them. And the other need is food.
Okay.
We have all these children, we have workers, and we eat.
Yeah.
Ndio
yeah.
upate
These
nguvu, my
workers,
friend.
Yeah, it's true.
You
The
need
kids-
to eat, yes.
The kids need to eat. The workers need to
Absolutely,
eat
exactly.
every day.
So we do milk mostly, especially for both of us, the workers and the children, mostly the children because of nutrition.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of maize. Our staple food is ugali.
Okay.
We eat a lot of ugali. And apart from ugali, also we do grains. We do wimbi, we do mtama, like sorghum and millet. We do dry cassavas, we do soya, we do njugus, groundnuts, and several in the category of cereals. Tunatumia kwa sisi na kwa watoto. And then we do cooking oil, and we need also rice and wheat flour. We use that a lot. Just like any normal home, we use a lot of that. We also do sugar. We do a pinch of sugar for our children to taste.
Okay.
Hatuwapatii chai kavu ama uji. We don't do it plainly, but we do a pinch of sugar just for testing. Yeah. So wakati huo, we need all types of food. Also,
So
we
you
do
need-
maharage,
you need
beans.
a lot of food.
Yeah, beans and ndengu, because
Okay.
half the time we don't have the animal protein.
Yeah.
So we do plant protein, like for ndengus, for proteins, and maharage, and the milk, of course. So chakula tunahitaji kwa wingi. We also do green vegetables.
Okay.
Sometime when the climate is good, when the weather is good, we plant a bit of vegetables, but we have a limited land. So we buy most of our vegetables. So anything in that line of food and cooking oil, we really appreciate. Yeah, and another need, like I really wish to bring it to the viewer, is NHIF. Our kids, like I've told you, most of them, they don't have relatives who can afford NHIF.
And they don't have the cover.
Yeah, they don't have the medical cover. So it doesn't have to be necessarily NHIF, but any medical cover, medical insurance cover, we really appreciate. So that as we care for them, in case of an eventuality, a kid is admitted in a hospital, we would really appreciate if this kid just walks in the hospital and walks out. Yeah,
it should-
because
in
I
fact,
was
it should be
wishing
way.
that the government would really put a policy like for a child with severe disabilities
Actually,
should be
that's-
treated free of charge.
According to me,
Yeah.
that's how it should be.
Exactly.
Children with such conditions
Yeah.
should not even pay when going to hospitals.
Yeah, recently we had a scenario where a child was hospitalized, and this kid accumulated a bill of 35,000, and the kid is not on a medical cover. Nakwambia tulihangaika. Tulihangaika, yeah. We could not afford the money. And when I pleaded with the hospital, I said, this kid doesn't have anybody to pay this bill. So what the doctors told me, or rather the administration told me, is like, so madam, kama tutakusaidia na huyu leo, na kesho ukikuja na mwingine.
That's very
Yeah,
sad.
I
That's
understood.
very sad.
As much as they would want to help, they cannot help every day. Because also it's an institution. They are into making money.
Yeah, they're in
Yeah, so
business.
you don't expect them to sympathize. So, hayo ndio one of the few things that we are looking forward. If we have a viewer, a friend, and you think you can enroll a child to NHIF, I would really appreciate.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
maybe just put out your number out there so
Okay.
that anyone who wants to reach you with any kind of help,
Okay.
Yeah.
My number,
yeah,
telephone
it will
number.
appear down there on the screen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is 0715 375 957.
Okay.
My telephone number is 0715 3759 957. And maybe for email, if you'd want to reach us on email, please, you can take this email address. It's Precious Virginia Home, as one word. Precious Virginia Home at gmail.com. Precious Virginia Home at gmail.com. Thank you.
Yeah, before we finish, maybe any last word that you want to tell anyone who's watching.
Okay, I want to appreciate, because this far we have come, it's not to be taken for granted. We've had people who have already helped us to this level. I want to appreciate the county government of Kakamega. For us to be in Matungu sub-county, it took the hand of God through the county government of Kakamega to offer us a place to start our dream. I'm very grateful to the county government. I'm also very grateful to the National Land Commission, because, as you know, land in Kenya, so land has not been devolved. I really appreciate also the national government because of offering us this piece of land. I want to appreciate the Asian community. The house where we are seated today is a donation from the Asian community.
They built it this
Yeah,
house.
this building, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it
it is.
gave us, a start. And everybody can now see there is a home in Matungu because of the Asian community, especially through, we have organizations that have really been key to give us this land. And the next appreciation goes to the Safaricom Foundation. There is a dormitory out there. This dormitory for the Asian community, it's holding about 50, yeah. And we have Safaricom Foundation. They have given us another dormitory. It's also furnished. It can hold about 25 beds.
Okay.
Yeah. And the community in Matungu, I appreciate very much. We've had people who just bring in food.
Okay.
People just drop in and it's like, mama nimesema nikuletee mboga, mama nimesema nikuletee sabuni, and they just support where possible. We've written out there on the wall, anything for Precious is something. So you see people come in and they support. The Catholic Church in Matungu, St. Paul's Parish, they support a lot. We have the Muslim community. I cannot forget to mention them. The water you've seen out there is a donation from the Muslim community.
Okay.
They have dug a well for us. That well is supporting us. It's providing for the water, which is a very important commodity. Without water and children with severe cerebral palsy, my friend, we cannot move.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
need
very
water
grateful
every
to the
time.
Muslim community. I'm very grateful to every individual who has put their hand to support Precious Home. I cannot thank everybody individually, but everybody who has brought us to this level, I'm very grateful, I'm very humbled, and I can only promise you one thing, that anything that you put in Precious Virginia Home, it will be put to use in Precious Virginia Home. I don't have other interest. My interest is a child with cerebral palsy. Asante. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
And may God bless you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
No, I'm the one who should be thanking you for having me.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Asante. Thank you so much.